Hi everyone, and welcome to Chapter 7 of Bayonetta 2 for the Wii U. This is called The Arc, and it opens with a pretty sweet boss fight. Here's another Infernal, the consumer of all, Insidious. Mentioned this in an earlier video that I love those Infernal intros. The Angel ones are cool, but I like that the Infernals have those cool subtitles that give them very menacing feel, so I'm a big fan of that. So I love the color palette in this game, and this boss fight is no exception. It feels like almost like the Abyss, the movie from James Cameron. Really nice purples and blues, and I like that the boss has a great glow to it, and much like the enemy you fought in a chapter, I think it was 1 or 2 chapters ago, but it's cool when you do go into Witch Time how you can see the flow of the water moving, and I like all the bubbles. So all the effects in this game, especially the underwater sections, really kind of, I guess, sell the fact that you're underwater and really marry the characters and bosses to their environments. So really well done. And so this, like most of the other bosses in the game, or almost all of the bosses in the game, it goes through several stages. It shoots some rockets at you that you can dodge and go into Witch Time. Rams the, I guess, the arc that you're riding on. And you have to avoid the eyelid that will slam shut on you. And I'm just really enjoying the combat in this game. This is Chapter 7, and I got through about 3 or 4 more chapters today, and it doesn't get old. The enemies get faster and trickier as you go along, but they continue to be super fun, very original with their attack patterns, and yeah, I think Platinum just did a really good job with the enemy design and the combat, which I'm almost afraid to go back to the first Bayonetta, just because I have a feeling it's going to seem kind of outdated. And, I mean, for good reason. The game is about 5 years old, if not more. And Platinum learned a lot from that game and have made so many improvements in this one that, yeah, it's one of those things where it might be tough to go back and play it. Although I want to, and I want to play through the Wii U update of Bayonetta 1. I think it'll be more enjoyable, just because of the lack of screen tearing, which I think is a terrible, graphical flaw in games that have it. And for the extra Nintendo bonuses, such as the costumes and the various custom animations and sounds that they have throughout the game, thanks to the partnership with Nintendo. So really looking forward to that at some point. Not sure if I'm going to do that soon after I play this, but I might. So after you beat that boss, now you're almost in this Pinocchio-like thing where you're inside this creature, and I do have to mention that this area in particular totally reminded me of one of the games I worked on as an associate producer at THQ, and it was called Alter Echo, which was developed by Outrage Games in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And I think the game and the team, its heart was in the right place. It had a lot of flaws, but was pretty original. And I got to give credit to THQ for taking a chance on an original IP like that. But yeah, this area totally reminds me of it, and the E3 demo that we did for that game is very much in an area or environment that looks very similar to this. The color palette, very similar, with these very organic looking walls and other structures. So it was pretty cool that it reminded me of that. So here you're introduced to yet another enemy, and there's a kind of a cool torture finisher right there. So yeah, just I love the Infernals, or the demons in this game. They're really cool looking. I've probably used the word cool a million times in talking about this series, but it just is. It's kind of the epitome of it. And that's really nice too, just the way she breaks open those gates with heart-shaped bullet pattern. So this is one of those interesting stages, and I think I miss a hidden verse here by jumping directly onto that platform. I noticed at the end that I missed it. But here you run into the Lumen Sage again. I don't know why she keeps trying to shoot him, since he always stops the bullets, but it makes for cool cinematics. And I like that despite the danger he poses, she still jokes around with them and has fun with the encounters. And Platinum continues to put the funny, not so suggestive camera angles into the cinematics. And so here you face off with the Lumen Sage again, and kind of like Bayonetta 1, the fight style is similar to the fights you had with Jean, although I think these are much more exciting, fun, and even though they are super fast, I found that I could read his attack telegraphs a little bit better. So it made these really enjoyable, and I think overall, now that I'm through about 10 or 11 chapters, I don't know if I've scored anything lower than a silver for the end of a chapter. And so, to me that says that Platinum did a great job in making the normal setting more accessible and more rewarding to the player, while still making Platinum and Pure Platinum difficult to achieve. So there isn't a sense that you're just failing constantly with stone awards, which they're funny the first time, but I started to get tired of them playing through the first Bayonetta, getting those multiple times, not really feeling like I was improving going through the game. So it's nice to be able to get at least silver, if not gold and platinum, through a lot of these chapters. So as you're fighting this Lumen Sage here, it goes through a few different stages. He summons this giant angel that shoots huge streams of fire at you. Just really nice looking backgrounds with, I don't know if that's blood or what, but eventually he'll do this giant missile attack that is reminiscent of, the Macross and Robotech anime of the 80s. But you counter it. I guess sound deflects missiles. And then Loki comes in, and I believe he helps you here at the end. So you do 1 gigaton, and you think that's it, giving this guy heartburn with all the lasers hitting his insides. And yeah, so actually coming up in a later chapter, the story in Bayonetta 2 gets a little more interesting. I think the more personal it gets, the more interesting it is. I don't like the overarching, left eye, right eye, angels and demons and all this stuff. That stuff isn't so compelling to me, but I do like when the story focuses more on the characters. And so this is a bit of a cliffhanger. There's an explosion, and yeah, you move on to the next chapter. So this one was super cool. I really liked this chapter, and there you see I missed a verse, but ended up getting gold overall. So anyway, that is chapter 7, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for checking this out.